In this video, we're going to be opening up and reviewing the absolutely massive 1/6 scale Doomslayer figure by Mondo, and of course doing a little bit of toy photography as well. Man, I wish I could play the epic Doom music just to show how excited I am for this figure, but I'll get copyright stricken, so I'll play some other heavy metal music instead. Honestly, I'm really excited for this. I don't usually do 1/6 scale figures on this channel, but this is an exception because there's not a lot of Doomslayer figures out there, and if you've seen the pictures for this, you know how incredible this is going to be. This looks amazing. So this is the all-new Doom Eternal Doomslayer 1/6 scale figure by Dark Horse Direct, but we could probably safely say that this is a Mondo figure. If you look on the site, it says it's sculpted by Mondo. So I think we're going to be able to expect Mondo quality from this guy. It's literally showed up on my doorstep today, and I'm so glad to finally be opening this thing up. So let's go. Let's take a look at this box. And I did actually pre-order this guy on the Dark Horse Direct website in full. And if it is sold out when you go to check it out, I highly recommend checking out the Whatnot app as well. It's specifically for buying and selling things like collectibles, action figures, and they have a lot of good stuff on there already. And if you go to the link that I have in the description of this video, you can save $15 off of your first purchase on Whatnot. So I definitely recommend checking it out. It's actually pretty great. So I was checking out the box earlier, and what I think is actually kind of funny. So it's got this little window, which is really nice, but when you open through the window, there's so much packaging and stuff in there to the point you can't see it at all. Like, you can't even see it. Like, I'm glad that it's packaged up well. I really am, but it's almost like, what's the point of the window if you're not going to be able to see them? I mean, I can kind of see them, but man, packaging looks great. Nice, and look at that. Rip and tear till it is done. So without further ado, what do you say we open this thing up? So I'm a relatively pretty new Doom fan. I fell in love with Doom Eternal when it came out in 2020. I went to go pick up my Animal Crossing pre-order, and I was just like, you know what? This Doom game looks really good. Let me pick it up. And ever since then, I fell in love with it. And I played the older ones and the 2016 one. And I'm also really liking the mobile Doom game that's out right now, which is a lot of fun. It's such a chaotic, gruesomely beautiful world. And it's quite unique, actually. So if you're not a fan of Doom, I definitely recommend checking out the game. It's a lot of fun. Okay, I don't know why I didn't expect this, but like, despite how, like, knowing that this is a 6 scale and that it's Doomslayer, like, I was not expecting it to be this big and thick. That's a thick ass boy! Like, hang on, he's in a really goofy pose right now. That's better. He's really big and really heavy. He's perfect. Obviously, I don't have all the pieces on yet, but he's perfect. Okay, let's put the stuff on him. Okay, so first, this little chain thingy goes in there, pops on. Kind of cool. Oh, that pops in very nice. Cool, so now the arm can still move despite that being attached. Then we've got the shoulder pads. Green one goes on this side. Very nice. And the orange one, which I didn't realize until now that he's got different color shoulder pads. Nice. Very satisfying. Over here on the back of his arm, there's a little slot for this piece. Pop that in. There we go. Then we've got his little shoulder cannon, which is articulated, which should go right back here. That is in. There's a joint here, and then a joint here, and then a ball joint inside. Nothing over here, so just be careful. As I'm doing this, I'm like thinking there are joints here, but there really are not. But that goes on quite nicely. Okay, now he is complete, and we can talk about him in all of his glory. God. Look at this thing. This thing's incredible. Honestly, it's literally, you took your hand, put your hand into the video game, and you pull him out. He feels so good. This is definitely worth the $300, and I get it. We haven't even gotten to the accessories yet. God, like, if you can't tell, I'm in awe right now. The detail is incredible. It looks perfect, and if you even look into his face, you can see his face behind the mask, which That's a really great touch, and it's just enough too. Like, it's just enough to the point where you know his face is in there, but you can't really see it that well. If we take this and this, put it in together, we can set up and stand up this little lost soul, which I think these guys are called lost souls. Look at that thing. That is so cool. This alone, like if you were to buy something like this alone at like GameStop, that would be like $45. It's actually like kind of terrifying too. Now I think it's time we get into this plethora of amazing accessories over here. So first we have the, this is the heavy rifle, and this looks fantastic. It's huge, and this is like the smallest gun. So much time put into each one of these things, even just each one accessory. Then we've got the plasma rifle, I think it's called, right? This looks great. What I love about Doom is you've got all of these weapons and you find yourself needing each one for different situations, and I think that's really fun. You know, you can pick a favorite, but in the end you're gonna need all of them. Next we have my personal favorite, which is the super shotgun, and yeah, it looks great. We got the meat hook on there. The paint on the gunmetal looks really great. Next is the crucible, the sword, which, man, this looks good. And just like everything else, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, look at how massive this chainsaw is. Come on, that's so big. Like, I've got decently sized hands, and look how big this is in my hand. That's huge. The paint, the detail looks really good. All right, I don't know if you're ready for this one, but just look at this. The BFG. This is certainly living up to its name. It is a big effing gun. I feel like I could go and like try to rob the local like gas station with this, and it's so big. And it's not like too heavy. Obviously he's gonna be able to hold it. Absolutely incredible. And of course too, if you don't want to have the big arm blade out, you can have it sheathed in his arm with this piece here, which I probably am gonna go switch that right now. So far, putting on pieces and accessories is really nice and smooth and easy. Like, I really like that. Like, usually I feel like it's way too difficult and I feel like I'm pulling teeth while I'm doing it, but it's really easy. Okay, so if you are looking for a super highly articulated, posable mega figure, that is not what you're getting here. You're getting a beautiful, awesome, epic figure with tons of stuff that looks great. As far as posability goes, it's pretty limited. And I'm not really upset about that, because it's honestly not what I was looking for anyway. I managed to put the gun in his hand. Oops. But if you're gonna try and get him to hold it like with both hands, it's not gonna happen. He can't really like hug much. Like, I don't even know if he can put his hands together, to be honest. This arm right here does have like a little rubber piece that's connected, and so when you turn it, it is stretching that piece. So if you try to extend that too much, I feel like this part could rip. So just be careful with that on the left elbow area. So this pose over here on the box, I don't think you can even really achieve that with him. So I've got the super shotgun in hand. I'm gonna try and bring it up so he can, yeah, he's not putting that on his shoulder. But you know what, that's okay, Doom guy, that's all right. All right, I think I got him in like the coolest pose I can get him in. Like, this is like as far as a lot of his joints can really go, and I'm really not exaggerating. It is fun to try and pose and see how far you can go, but honestly, I'm not even gonna really try that much further to go any further than that. Articulation is not this guy's strong point, and that's really not what I was looking for when I pre-ordered this thing. Even though it doesn't have it, I'm not any bit disappointed or anything like that at all. Here's just a quick comparison to the Figma one, which is a great figure, by the way. I did a whole review and everything on this guy, as well as like a Doom diorama build video. I'll have that linked in the description too if you're interested. Here's also just a quick comparison to a Hot Toy as well. He's about twice as heavy as the Hot, oh my god, probably 3 times as heavy as a Hot Toy. He is so heavy. So of course I'm gonna do some toy photography with this guy right now, but with the limited posability, I'm just gonna do like a little cutesy one here on the table, and then probably just like a nice glamour shot of this figure outside somehow. So first I'm just gonna do a quick little cutesy shot with him and his son, the Figma figure. So like I said, if you're looking for a highly posable, articulated figure, this might not be the one for you, but if you are looking for a massive and beautifully detailed Doomslayer right out of the game, this is definitely the one for you. I think Dark Horse Direct and Mondo did an absolutely incredible job with this figure, and I am honored to have it in my collection. Please let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and if you did enjoy the video, I'd be even more honored if you liked and subscribed to the channel. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.